Hello Pokemon Go trainers, it's the Seahawks fan with another Go Battle League video. And today's video, what an incredible team. What an incredible run in the Master League, in the Open Master League with only one legendary on the team. So I went up against this team, got schooled. I had a winning lead. They were able to flip the matchup with Shadow Rhyperior. And, well, it has been amazing for me. Going to get a beautiful lead with this team. And Wild Charge is going to land Ideal Shield. I don't mind a one-shield scenario, but let's see what comes in. Origin Palkia, Zacian. Ooh, Origin Dialga. That's not good. Moonblast is going to do good damage. I have to shield if I want to get to the next one. To shield or not to shield, I do shield. Gonna go for the next Moonblast. And it's gonna grab the KO. Gonna bring in Origin Palkia. Gonna go for whatever chip damage I can get. They're gonna throw a move. But how much energy does it take to get to two Trailblazers? Are they at a move? They win Charge Act priority, and unfortunately, they have a move. Wow. They had swapped a tad slower, I would have been able to win. Real close battle with a good lead for me. Next battle, terrible lead. Now, this is a real successful team without QMs in the QM meta. Now, we're going to be faced with Origin Palkia, but Shadow Rhyperior wins it. Rhyperior winning in the two shields against Palkia is amazing. We're going to go down. We'll take that shield advantage. Get some good energy on Florges. I think I actually go for the Palkia farm down because I do want some energy going onto the Palkia. They're going to get to the Fusion Bolt before I get to Spatial Rend. Now I need to overfarm some energy. I think I can get enough chip and then not avoid another move. Yes, I do. I need to get to two Aqua Tails. It's not going to be enough damage, but it's going to be close. I actually decide maybe Moonblast will be a good amount of damage, and we're able to get them quite low. They have to throw for the KO, because I'll get two Trailblaze, and even though it's a tiny amount of damage, would be enough. And they are going to go down. Palkia, let's go. Cleaning up. And the QM meta. Rhyperior real strong into them. And I mean, I've used a bit of Rhyperior, but this team I do feel real good. And Florges, what it's really good into, the dragons, with Trailblaze being able to deal with the water types, covers for the weaknesses of Rhyperior. But also both of them are really good into Origin Palkia. And having Origin Palkia in the back is real nice. Another good answer to the water types Rhyperior fears. I mean, being a real good dragon for handling the QMs. And also able to deal with opposing Rhyperiors. It can be awkward in the Rhyperior v Rhyperior matchup. Depending who gets attack drops and breaking swipe, it can be a big difference. We get an attack drop into the Necrozma, which is going to be very helpful. Outrage kabooms, but that debuffed allowed us to hang on. And we are going to get the Moonblast to kaboom! The Black Kyurem. Do they have a Sunstone Strike? That's what they need. Iron Head, not enough damage for Necrozma to take the KO. Let's see who the next opponent is. They're leading off with a very good, strong legendary fairy. And Amorous. Amorous, they have to shield, otherwise they're going to get KO'd with a fairy wind farm down after one shield. They're smart. Now, with the timing of Flies versus Moonblast, I can one shield and get to two Moonblasts. I mean, they're going to be at a third Fly shortly after, but they do make a nice catch. Well played. Good read on the Moonblast on the way. It is an Apex Shadow Ho-Oh, but I can get the farm down. I'm going to throw a blind Spatial Rend and kaboom! Huge damage into Shiny Origin Dialga. I'm going to just go for Breaking Swipe. They should be guaranteed to shield. They cannot risk losing. Going down to that Rock Wrecker. And actually shield the Florges. Because Trailblaze is going to be resisted, but decent amount of damage. And we get that Fairy Wind farm down. How much energy on our Rhyperior? We were just 2 Mudswaps away. I'm not sure if they would have been at a move. They may have been at a Iron Head if we needed one more Mudswap. But we get the nice win. And we got a Origin Dialga in the next battle in the lead. Aqua to deal with, but Moonblast is going to grab a shield. They're going to Charge Act priority tie. We're going to no shield, play the zero shield scenario. They already committed a shield, and a Mudswap farm down with Rhyperior is what we want to do. They're going to get to only one more move. They're going to be smart and bring in Origin Palkia, but I can still do real good into this matchup. But I have decided to preserve Rhyperior for later. We called a bait of Aqua Tail. Let's go. Get wrecked. We have a shielded Origin Palkia. Dialga comes in. I can throw Aqua Tail. Resisted, but enough damage. And so happy I saved the Rhyperior, because I do not like the Palkia v Zacian matchup. And Zacian is going to concede. I was kind of thinking maybe they would have gotten enough energy for 2 close combats. They win Charge Act priority. Definitely would have been close. The Florges v Florges mirror match. They go for the bait. I go for the full send. I land the full send. I'm going to see if they double up on the bait. No, they do not. I'm going to have to shield to not get KO'd. Was that 1-turn lag? Maybe. 1 shield. Good amount of energy. Origin Palkia comes in. I mean, like, they should be guaranteed a shield. They do not want to take a Rock Wrecker. Should have just gone for Breaking Swipe straight away instead. To shield, I do not. I trust Origin Palkia to clean up. And they have their own Rhyperior. And this is a dream matchup. Because in the 1 shield scenario, 1 apiece, energy lead for Palkia, Rhyperior stands no chance. That's what I love to see. I mean, Rhyperior is everywhere. Can't beat him, join him. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Rhyperior team if you do use it. I think the Shadow Rhyperior is really helpful. Especially into the Origin Palkia that come in. We call the bait of the Breaking Swipe. We knew they were not throwing a rock Wrecker. We took a shield from them. I don't mind going down. I mean, it could be useful to have Florges later, but I am happy to set up Shadow Rhyperior to go nuclear. They're on the last shield for Palkia. I'm able to grab the shield with Breaking Swipe, which is fantastic. I'm going to go for the Rock Wrecker. But actually, we did not CMP tie. And I make the read of them throwing back-to-back moves. Because they could have taken both my shields that way. But instead, Aqua Tail catch into my Palkia. And they're just going to be like, I'm out of here. I cannot win this battle. Some amazing plays by me. Terrible lead into Melmetal, just how it goes. Rhyperior swap. That's not superpower. I mean, superpower isn't something everyone runs on Melmetal. I do make a mistake. I should throw sooner. I'm not going to get to 2 moves. And I was trying to click on Breaking Swipe, but I fainted. But let's see, what can I do? Ooh, Ancient Power. Not going to shield the next one. But what can the Palkia do? Shield a piece. Oh, they have their own origin Palkia. That's terrible. I kind of needed a Rhyperior. Melmetal is going to come in. I'm going to go straight for the Moonblast. And here, RNG gets me a great advantage getting the Moonblast attack drop. I should have no-shielded. I mean, even if it is super effective, Double Iron Bash is not really a strong move, especially with the debuff. I'd be like yellow health, and they'd be almost fainted. I do make a nice catch of Double Iron Bash into Palkia. But having a shield here would be so much nicer. Neutral damage, but how strong is Aqua Tail? Not enough for the KO. And we get to the next Moonblast, and it kabooms a Palkia. And we can still farm down the Melmetal. Moonblast debuff was crucial in getting that win with a terrible lead. But it took some good play. Finding the win condition. Terrible lead. They bring in Origin Palkia to counter my Shadow Rhyperior. I'm at Rock Wrecker Energy, but they call the bait. But I can just shield farm down. I mean, they don't want to bring in Necrozma to take Mudslaps. They're only able to grab one shield off of me. Rhyperior is met with Black Kyurem. I go straight for back-to-back Rock Wreckers because Dragon Tail, Black Kyurem. I get the attack drop, which is big. I mean, it was a good chance. I had 2 coin flips. They get the free shock to land, but it's not enough for the KO. We bring in Origin Palkia straight away. Ooh, it is Outrage, Dustmane, Necrozma. And we are going to Aqua Tail land. We're going to get to the next Aqua Tail. Let's go. We had to swap instantly, and we did that. And how much extra energy are they going to get? They're going to let their Dustmane go down pretty low, but that is enough for the farm down. And we were going to get to a move before the Kyurem got to one. And a huge 5-0. Such clean gameplay. And this is not the highest we're going to be for the video. But veteran Elo. And very, very nice. I'm like, this is definitely where I should be at this point in the season. Definitely a good enough Master League player, but sometimes it just takes some testing out teams, getting in the groove, playing the best you can with the team. My opponent does mind game me and get my shield with the breaking swipe into a fairy. Just how it goes. Shield a piece. They're going to charge back priority tie win. But I can get a Palkia farm down with Dragon Breath. Not before I take a breaking swipe though. It's not worth shielding. Premier comes in and they're just going to have 2 water types in the back. It's just how it goes sometimes. And that's another pretty good way to be strong into the Kyurems in the back. And just also being able to clean up the shield of Rhyperiors. We got Landorus Therian. This thing definitely pretty annoying. You can go for the Moonblast. I mean, they can just debuff us straight away. To shield or not to shield? I do not shield. I get boomed by the Stone Edge, but I get an amazing farm down with Origin Palkia into the Landorus. Dialga is brought in. Real good pairing Pokemon to pair with Landorus. They have their own Palkia, but with Shadow Rhyperior being able to put so much damage into their Palkia, I'm in a real good spot. But also with the amount of charge attacks going to be thrown, Switch Clock is going to be up pretty soon. And I'm going to double shield. And then I'm going to go for the swap. Because after having move banked, and I can get to Aqua Tail. And Aqua Tail is going to say goodbye to Dialga. And we can farm down that Palkia. Let's go. It's crucial to be best buddy boosted Origin Palkia to get that extra bit of damage into Origin Dialga. We get a Meloetta. Let's see how much damage they're going to do. Psyshock. It is enough to get us under half health. That is annoying. We're going to go for the bait. They're going to shield it. Let's go. Because they know they can get to 2 moves with the shield. Before we get to 2 moves. They should definitely win Charge Act priority. And now Moonblast is going to kaboom, get some big damage. I don't mind losing the lead. Because Rhyperior can come in. Shadow Rhyperior, very strong, just not strong enough. Meloetta, a bit too bulky. We take a Side Shock, but this damage, well, this energy is going to be pretty good damage. Although we do see a Rhyperior, we get the attack drop. And I'm going to call the Breaking Swipe, and it is a Breaking Swipe. Oh, Black Cam comes in. We do get 2 Spatial Rend, and it actually kabooms. My opponent was not counting correctly. We get big Dragon Breath damage, and 1 more Mud Slap was enough for the KO. They should have shielded the QM, but haha, get wrecked. Now we have Landorus in the lead once again. Gonna go straight for Moonblast. I can get to 2 Moonblasts before they get to 3 moves. But also, I kind of don't need a shield. I mean, I was in a real good spot with Palkia getting a farm down. I actually play it differently. I mean, like, I've done good. Like, I do want to know what happens in scenarios. The Smart to Know shield. They're going to Stone Edge. I think they could have Sandsear Storm. I think I still would have gotten the KO, even if they did Sandsear Storm, but... Now, if I was a non-Shadow Rhyperior, this definitely would be a bit better. But I'm going to put myself in a terrible spot. Going for the shield immediately of Trailblaze, because all the next ones are going to be even stronger. They have a shield advantage, but they do not shield this thing up. Now I'm in an interesting position. I have a banked Breaking Swipe. Is my opponent counting correctly? Aqua Tail is shielded. Let's go. We get to the next Aqua Tail. Can we outdamage the Dialga? We are going to force the energy out. They barely clicked in time. But I'm going to throw the Breaking Swipe straight away to not risk them only being 1 move off the next move, which very possible. If there was 1 turn lag and they were 2 Dragon Breaths away, that would have been a win for them. I mean, it was just easy to just throw the move in a non-Charge Act priority scenario. But also they could have been like 3 or more Dragon Breaths away from the second move, and then Mud Slap would just be enough damage. Just whether it was going to register quick enough. Freeze Shock says goodbye to my Florges. They did a good mind games of going straight for the Fusion Bolt, allowing them to get to Fusion Bolt and Freeze Shock before I get to 2 Moonblast. But we get a decent farm down. I should expect them to guarantee shield, because all this energy is going to be real nice into Palkia. But oh well. I do land this next kaboom of the Shadow Rhyperior Rock Wrecker, and we make a great Aqua Tail catch. Good energy lead. I have to hope there's no outrage on this Duskmane Necrozma. Otherwise, I'm kind of toast. Is it? Are they going to KO? They do not. Let's go. I get to the next Aqua Tail in time, and they see the writing on the wall. 25-28. I get my veteran Frigibax, which is actually just Tail IVs, unfortunately. But 25-79. Less than 200 elo from Expert. Such a good performance with this team. I did not climb higher, unfortunately, but we got a few more battles, some mistakes I made, but beautiful lead. We're going to swap into Shadow Rhyperior, and that shadow damage is so crucial to your 1 shield farm down. But I actually did not go for the 1 shield farm down. Gonna thankfully only be a Dog Pulse. I am in Iron Head range. I definitely should have just taken the Mud farm down. But Florges returns. Shield the piece. We have Rayquaza to deal with. Not a terrible thing to deal with. Able to take the last shield. I mean, if there's Rhyperior in the back, we have a shielded Palkia. Ho-Oh comes in, Ho-Oh is about to get cooked. It's not even the shadow that could get us real much lower with the Brave Bird. I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail instead of shielding Farm Down. And I'm going to get to the next Aqua Tail. And it's not going to be enough for the KO. I probably could have reached the Spatial Wind actually. But Moonblast is enough to say goodbye to the Rayquaza. Beautiful lead. Okay, next opponent into a neutral lead. But actually, well, the mirror lead. But actually, they have a hundo. They have the hundo. I'm going to win Charge Deck Priority first, though. So, odds are they win the next coin flip. They're going to full send the Moonblast. I'm going to go for the Moonblast next. And they're going to bring in Ho-Oh. Shundo, Purified Shundo Ho-Oh. Wow. They one-up me with the 1 extra HP. Going to overfarm a bunch of energy and not take a third Incinerate. I could have CMP tied, probably been fine. Their Florges comes in. Actually, probably should have CMP tied on the next Incinerate. But I do get to this move before they throw their move. I do then swap into Rhyperior because the shield of Rhyperior can deal with pretty much almost anything. Also, it's kind of a close battle here. A non-Shadow Rhyperior versus Shadow Rhyperior. Shadow Piece. Kind of awkward. I don't like this. Thankfully, it looks like no Surf. Maybe there's Surf still. We're going to get the attack drop. We're going to make a catch of their Breaking Swipe. And we are going to say goodbye to the Rhyperior. The Rhyperior goes down. And then the Florius goes down. That's what I love to see. And then I do some misplays. I mean, get a table lead into Ho-Oh, just how it goes sometimes. We have had some bad leads. We've had some favorable leads, though. They let me launch the first move. They're going to shield. I should have gone for the bait. But I do respect Ho-Oh in this scenario. They get my shield with a Sacred Fire and get an attack drop. You probably still get one shot by Rock Wrecker. They're going to Brave Bird and bring in Crozma. I think I gave them a free Shadow Claw. Definitely should have let my... Actually, no, it is fine to not let my Rhyperior go down. Going to be able to take a shield off. Actually, no, I take the KO, and that's where this battle goes even more downhill than the beginning. I mean, it's going to be a tricky matchup. I have to preserve the Florges. I have to shield. But they're just going to be able to bring in Ho-Oh. And I need to make a perfectly timed catch, and even then, just lost my counter to Ho-Oh. Just how it goes. Florges in the lead. They have a red Florges. So from Europe. Maybe they were at Honolulu Worlds. They're going to go for the bait. I'm going to go for the bait. I know shielded their bait. And they know shielded my bait. And their best buddy boosted, so they're going to win charge attack priority. And they're going to full send. And I have a lot of health to deal with Florges. Looks like 110 lag came in handy and gave me a free Mud Slap. But actually, they're not in range of the farm down before they get to the next Trailblaze. They do not shield, thankfully. But my pure shield advantage, I'm cooked. I am so toasted. They have no shield. They're going to have a cure. They're going to get a decent amount of energy. I hope they go for the bait. Unfortunately, they are smart. I think they could have reached 2 free shocks. I mean, I think they were going to win either way. Whatever I did. But we have another Rhyperior in the lead. We're fine to handle this. Trailblaze lands. To shield, I do end up shielding, respecting the full set. Unfortunately, they went for the bait. That puts them in a good spot. But it doesn't mean a loss for me at this point. Gonna no shield, gonna get KO'd. But Palkia is gonna come in and get a Dragon Breath farm down. Or they bring in Meloetta. I do get to Spatial End before they get to a Dazzling Gleam. That's crucial. I bring in Rhyperior, because I am fine taking whatever they throw. Psyshock. Two Psyshocks may bring me down a red. Should bring me down a red, unfortunately. I do shield. Trusting the no shield of Rhyperior with just under half health can deal with whatever's in the back. My opponent makes a perfectly timed catch of the Rock Wrecker and Dragon Tail Black Kyurem. If I had move banked and I could have grabbed the shield off Kyurem, I could have won, but well played on that catch. Like, I actually had a decent chance of winning that battle, but well played on them. I mean, the team, amazing, over 100 elo gained. Let me know if you use a team. I mean, definitely important to plan how to take down Kyurems, but you don't need Kyurem. I mean, Origin Palkia, the best Pokemon in Master League for a reason. And Rhyperior and Florges, so good. So good. But thanks for watching, and goodbye.